select them, copy them, come to the right, paste them, come back, search them, select them, copy them, come to the right, paste them. Let's get started. So if you're in the server, open a text file. If you're not in the server, just open a random text file. We're going to move together. So this is the example that I've loaded in the GitHub. So if you don't have this, you can just open quite lengthy text file. So we're going to just repeat what we did in VIM. If you can't open the VI, just look at my screen. So my cursor is here. I would like to move here to the capital T. How would you do that? Here from capital T. So I would probably do 11 down, and then I will search for capital T using F capital T. I hope you can follow. I'm going to do 11J, and then I'm going to do F capital T. All right, let me get to the small f here. How'd you get there? If I do 4 up, I'm going to be here, and then probably 2 to the left, 4 up, 2 to the left. All right, we learned about search function last time. Now we can search as well. Let's go to 8192. I want to go to 8 here using search. How did you do that? It's a slash 1892 and then enter, and I'm already here. So let's go to 86 gigabyte. Let's go to 8 here. How should we go there? Slash 87 capital G. Press enter, then I'm here. Let's do one more time. Let's get to here, raw data. Let's get to D. Since it's before my cursor is above my cursor, I have to do question mark and then search for raw data. Oops, raw data, and then D. Okay, so when you see a unique word in the document, you don't have to press J or K to come down. You can directly search them. So for example, if this is Reckonal file, for example, you're looking for any lines that has registration step, then what you do is you just search for registration. Then you can loop through them. You can look at the next one by N. You can look at the previous one by capital N. Okay, now I think we can move a lot much faster than before. So let's do the next step, which is the split screen. We've briefly done it last time, and there are times when you want to look at few pages together on the left and the right, or below or both together, so you can see what's going on with a wider perspective. So what you do, if you want to split the screen, you do colon. When you type colon, you will see colon here below, and you just type split. Then it's going to split your screen above and below. But bear in mind that the opened screen here and this one is on the same document. So if you do some edits here, that will also change document here because they are the same document. Okay, so what I normally do is I split them and I read through on one of them, and then I edit on the other one. Okay, that's what I do. And in order to toggle between different windows, you can do Control W twice, Control W twice. Then you can move around. Okay, but sometimes because our code goes more vertically rather than horizontally, I think it's quite more comfortable to open them vertically rather than splitting them up like horizontally. So I want to close one of them. I just quit them. If I just do colon Q, I get out of one of the window and just have one window now. So what I do now for the vertical split, you do colon and it's V split, vertical split. Let's do this. Then it's a vertical split. It's the same thing. You move around with Control W, okay? And then you can move around here, edit here, move around here, edit here. Okay, you can do that. In addition to this, you can also split this window on your right into horizontal again by going into that window on your right and do colon, let's do split. Then it's going to split again. So split the window that you're in. So now you can look at 3 different parts of the code. You want to look at here, you want to look at somewhere else, and you want to write here. Okay, and you move around with Control W. Control W, Control W. Okay, you can also open another script on one of the windows. So let me close them first. I want to close them, and then if I do vertical split and then say give a name, new underscore code. This can be existing code, but I don't have it, so I'm going to open a new code. If you do enter, it's going to open this file, If it exists, it's going to open the existing file. If it doesn't exist, it's going to open a file ready to be written. Okay, you can write stuff here and then work on the different code, and you can copy between different files. Say we learned copy. Let me go to the top. It was capital Y and P was a copy, right? I'm gonna do Control W twice to come to the right window. I'm here on the right, and I'm just gonna paste it by P. So you can copy and paste between different scripts now. So say I'm working on my script, and say I'm just copying out from almost a script that I have. So I just look through the code. Oh, this part is what I need. Select them, copy them, come to the right, paste them, come back, search them, select them, copy them, come to the right, paste them. So you can collect whatever you need into a different script or open them, read them together, edit them together. So how many sessions did we do? I think it's our 4th or 5th session. But now it's getting useful. Vim is getting useful now, but all the steps before is sort of requirement that is so hassle to remember. But again, the main thing still is the J, K, HL. I think that is the biggest hurdle that we have to step over in order to get to the stage. Okay, another thing. So say Omar, Nick, and I am working on different subject, and say this is mine. And I need to open Nick's code on another window, but I don't have to look at it as much. I need the script on my left. So I can open a tab. So I can do colon here, and then tab, new, Nick code, sh. So this is doing the same thing as a split screen, but it's opening it in a new tab. So here, you see a tab, is a Nick underscore code. So it's on a different file. But now I can focus on this file, but I still have this other windows open on a different tab. So you do ESC, and then you press GT. So it's still there. So GT means switch between tabs. GT, again, GT, GT. I can open a new one. Tab new underscore code, sh, and then I can do GT, GT, GT. I can do G and capital T, G and capital T, G and capital T to go back to the previous tab, or you can do GT to get to the where we want. Okay? All right. Now I think we are getting to an advanced level. It's about time that we write stuff. So open any file. I'm going to work on this one. Press I. When you press I, you will see an insert like string at the bottom of your screen. Then you can write stuff. This is when you can write it. And as we mentioned, is J, K, H, L, and then ESC that we have to constantly press. ESC, escape them to be back in the normal mode. So I'm back in the normal mode again. I can move around. I can delete the code. I can copy the code, and then press I again. I to be in the insert mode, and then write something. Okay, but here I have to press ESC again. Let's go back to the reason why we were using like JKHL rather than the arrows. So this is my keyboard. So when you have to use your arrows button, you have to move your fingers quite far away from the default position. And we don't want to do that all the time. But you are doing that with the ESC. Imagine your left hand on the F, but you have to press ESC. It's pretty far away. Many of the people just map ESC to something else, and it's quite comfortable to map your ESC escape to double J. You don't have to press ESC. You can just press double J. So let me do that. So you have to map your ESC escape into double J by doing colon. Let's do IMAP JJ ESC. So I just mapped escape into double J. So let me show you how I write. So let me just move them. So I'm gonna write now by going in insert mode. I'm gonna go insert mode. I write stuff. But now I'm gonna press JJ. Back in normal mode. Again, I'm gonna go into insert mode, and then JJ, and I'm back in normal mode. It's a very small thing, but remember, we are just keep pressing J in the document anyway. This like kind of forces you to be back out in the normal mode. So you just keep pressing JJ. So either when you're going down or when you're writing, you press JJ by habit, and you're back out in the normal mode, which we would like to force. So this is quite advanced, but it's good to practice with escape first. But later on, you're gonna map them to a different thing, so you get much faster. So whenever you see me escaping, I never press ESC. Whenever I type, I do double J rather than pressing ESC, which makes it a little faster. So don't get confused when you see JJ on the screen. All right, so next up. So this is my computer. And I know you have to write paths of a file quite often in the script. Say you have to load a image, you have to load text file, you have to load CSV. So let's imagine a situation that there is a file that you want to load and you know the path for it. I'm using Mac. I'm going to press I to insert the path of it. So go into insert mode by I. And then since our path, like images, all start with /data PNL, I do / and then you type Control N. Then it fills automatically what's in the document that starts with /. And you can do Control N again to move around to select them. So it's for me, it's data. And then I can do / again. And then I can do Control N again. Then it's going to show me all the options that I can type, and I can go through them by Control N again. Okay, but this is not specific to file path. This is going through whatever that is in the document. Control N works anywhere. So for example, it's going to work on my screen on the right. When I type in the insert mode, when I type Control N, it's going to look for all the options of the string that I can type in. It becomes quite comfortable when you write code. For example, you create a variable in different places, then it shows you what variables that you would probably want to use in Vim. This is without installing any add-on plugins to the Vim. So this is already installed in Vim, so you can use it anywhere in the server, in your computer, in your laptop. Okay, last one. Last Vim today. So say here, we've been going into insert mode by I normally. So when I type I, it's gonna insert in front of my cursor. Okay, let me go back out. But if I press O, it's gonna go into insert mode, but it's gonna put me into a line below. So I can add a new line. Okay, let me try again. I'm gonna go to data, this one, and again I'm gonna press O. Then it's giving me a new line to write. Another one, if I press capital A, it's gonna go into insert mode at the end of the line. So I can add something at the end of the line. If I do capital I, it's gonna take me to the beginning of the line into insert mode. So I can add something to the line, okay? Last one, capital O will give you the line above your cursor. So A for append, I for insert, O for new lines. All right, and say when I go through them, here I come to using. I know I'm gonna delete every character in using, and then I'm gonna replace with something else. You can do CW. Now you just told them you're gonna change your word, and you're in the insert mode like straight away without typing I. Let me do this again. So I'm gonna change your word here, vertex CW, change word, and then write into insert mode so I can write directly. Again, CW, write something. Okay? If you want to change the whole line, capital C. Change them. Change the whole line, capital C. Whole line. All right, I think that's enough for today. So what we did is we learned how to split screen vertically and horizontally, how to move around, and we created tabs so we can loop through between different tabs, so we can open more than one script together. That's what happens most of the time. And we learned how to map escape button into something else, something that we press all the time, which is double J. And then we could copy a line to a new code that you see on the right. We could edit them, write them together. We learned a few methods of going into insert mode. I, capital A, O, capital O, and then we could change as well. Change word CW. I know this is too much. Pick one of them. Pick one of them for this week and just get that. I would pick V-split. And next time we're gonna learn how to put your terminal here. So you can move around your terminal, copy a command from the shellcode, and then paste it into your terminal directly. You can't do this in normal Vim. We will have to install NeoVim, but that's what we're gonna do next time. But that's basically V-split. So vertical split, when you have vertical split, move around, tab new, move around. Now you can do something in the shell with much less typing, okay? But pick one. If you don't like this split, pick something else, maybe tab new, maybe Control N. Pick one and write it on your keyboard, on your monitor, so you can at least take one message. All right.